Let's keep it all the way real. 99.9% of the rap industry doesn't want you to succeed. Now, I know that might sound harsh, but after coaching thousands of what we call bedroom rappers into full-time artists, I've watched the same pattern emerge again and again. The so-called experts feed you lies about songwriting that keep you stuck, and they recycle the same basic advice that's designed to hold you back while the industry elite guard their real secrets. But today, that changes. What I'm about to share aren't just tips and tricks, they're the forbidden techniques that the industry often deliberately hides from upcoming artists. In fact, from the following information, I've watched hundreds of rappers transform their entire sound overnight using just one of these secrets, because the truth is, writing better rap songs isn't about talent. It isn't about practice. It's about knowing what they don't want you to know. And for the next few minutes here at How to Rap, we're going to expose everything. Now, before we begin, if you yourself are an artist watching this who wouldn't just like to learn from YouTube videos, but would actually like to go full-time professional level with rapping, click the first link in the video description box to get our Hit Records Hot Beat Songwriting course, which comes as a free bonus when you click on that page. There, we'll walk you step by step through the secret songwriting techniques of everyone from Kendrick to Kanye to J. Cole, and again, it comes free when you sign up for the course below. With that said, let's move on to secret number 1. Let me paint a familiar scene. You're sitting there, pen in hand or phone open, trying to write your next track. The beat's playing, but something feels off. And I already know what happened. Some rapper or YouTube expert told you to take your time with the writing process and to let it breathe, to come back when inspiration hits. That right there, that's the biggest lie in rap. Here's what nobody's telling you. Your best songs will never come from careful planning. They won't come from waiting for the perfect moment. And they definitely won't come from following the standard advice of write when you feel inspired. I've worked with over 1,000 artists one-on-one, and I've noticed something fascinating. The rappers who stay bedroom artists, they all follow this wait for inspiration myth. But the ones who break through, they understand something entirely different, something I call creative momentum. Think about the last time you wrote something that gave you chills. I bet it didn't come from sitting there analyzing every bar. It came in a rush, a flow state, like the lyrics were downloading straight into your brain. That's not random, that's momentum. But here's where it gets interesting. This state isn't some rare gift. It's not talent. It's not even inspiration. It's a tactical, triggerable state that every major artist knows how to access on demand. They just don't talk about it because honestly, it makes them look less naturally gifted. The truth, writing better rap songs isn't about waiting for some magical creative moment. It's about understanding how to hack into this flow state at will, and it starts with completely rewiring how you approach the writing process. When I work with artists, the first thing we do is break this wait for inspiration programming. Instead, we build what I call creative stamina. Think of it like a muscle. You don't get stronger by lifting weights once a month when you feel inspired. You get stronger through consistent strategic training. But here's what makes this even crazier. The more you understand about momentum, the more you'll notice how many famous tracks were written this way. Listen to interviews with your favorite rappers. When they talk about their biggest hits, they almost always say something like, "It just came to me," or "wrote it in one session." That's not coincidence. That's momentum. The industry loves to push this myth that great songs take weeks or months to perfect. Why? Because it keeps you second-guessing yourself, keeps you stuck in that bedroom studio, endlessly tweaking verses that will never see the light of day. But I'm telling you right now, your best music is going to come from understanding and mastering creative momentum. Not from endless editing, not from perfect rhyme schemes, and definitely not from waiting for inspiration to strike. But there's something even bigger going on here, which we'll describe in secret number 2, because it's something that's gonna shatter everything you thought you knew about how great rap songs get made. What we mean by the one-sitting secret is, you know when you spend hours looking for those so-called perfect rhyme schemes you obsess over? Here's the truth that's gonna flip your whole world upside down. Nearly every rap classic you grew up on was written in one sitting, not over weeks, not through careful planning, one single session. But modern rap coaches and forum experts keep pushing this myth that real artists take their time, that they meticulously craft each bar over days or weeks. Let me tell you what that advice really is. It's code. It's what struggling artists tell themselves to justify why they can't finish songs. I've been in studios with platinum artists, I've watched how they actually work, and let me tell you, when true artists are in their bag, they're not taking breaks every 15 minutes. They're not sleeping on it. They're riding that momentum until the song is done. Think about Eminem writing My Name Is the first day he met Dre. Even how Jay-Z admits he hasn't written down lyrics in 20 years, because when you're tapped into real creative flow, you don't need to stop and edit. Here's the secret they don't want you to know. The longer you take to write a song, usually the worse it usually gets. Every time you stop, every time you take a break, every time you come back tomorrow, you're killing the natural energy that makes music feel alive. But watch this. Most bedroom rappers do the exact opposite. They write a verse, take a break, come back later, write another verse, take another break. By the time they finish, the song feels disjointed. Different energies, different flows, different mindsets stitched together like some Frankenstein monster. With that said, let's solve this for you, right here, right now. I'm about to give you an assignment that's going to change everything. Pull out your calendar right now. Find a 3-hour block. That's your new studio session. In those 3 hours, you're gonna write and record an entire song. No breaks, no excuses, no editing tomorrow. But what if it's not perfect? Perfect is the enemy of done. Perfect is what's keeping you in that bedroom. Perfect is why you have 100 unfinished songs in your notes app. The first 30 minutes will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will try to trick you into stopping, push through it. That discomfort is your old programming fighting back. It's those whack habits trying to keep control. After that 30-minute mark, something magical happens. Your analytical brain starts to shut down. Your creative brain takes over. Suddenly, bars start flowing. Melodies appear out of nowhere. The beat speaks to you differently. That's the state every great artist writes from. Not from some mythical, perfect writing process that takes weeks. They create from flow, from instinct, from momentum. So here's your real homework. Block out 3 hours, one beat, one song, no breaks. Watch what happens when you finally break free from the take your time lie that's been holding you back. But breaking free from that lie is just the beginning. In the next secret, you're ready to see something that's been hidden in plain sight this whole time. Ready for something that's gonna change how you view every rap song you've ever loved? There's a hidden pattern in how verses and choruses work. Not the basic verse, hook, verse structure they teach in YouTube tutorials. I'm talking about something deeper. Most rappers are out here playing checkers while the pros are playing chess. They're stuck asking amateur questions like, should I start with the verse or the chorus? Meanwhile, the elite understand something different. It's not about what you want to write first, it's about what the beat is telling you to do. Let me put you on the game. Pull up any Kendrick track. For example, Humble starts with that iconic "Nobody Pray For Me" into the piano hit. No chorus needed because the beat's already giving you that ear candy. Now flip to Don't Kill My Vibe. Completely different approach. Starts with that long melodic hook. Why? Because the beat demanded it. This is where most rappers mess up. They come to the beat with a pre-planned structure. I always write verse first, or I need to start with a hook. That's like showing up to a conversation with a script. No flow, no natural energy. Just forced bars that fight against the beat instead of dancing with it. Here's the secret formula. The first 30 seconds of any beat will tell you exactly what to write. Not by thinking about it, not by analyzing it, by feeling it. When that beat drops, your body already knows what should come first, but you've been trained to ignore those instincts. Let's break it down practically. When you hear a beat with an iconic riff or sample chop in the intro, that's your green light to go straight to verse. The beat's already handling the catchiness. Look at Sicko Mode. That beat switch is so memorable, Travis knew he didn't need to force a hook. But when you get one of those slowly building beats, the ones that create tension, that's when you hit them with the hook first. Give them that release they're craving. That's why Drake starts God's Plan with the hook. The beat is literally asking for it. Here's another industry secret, what we call the double-sided hook. That's when your chorus has two distinct sections that could both be hooks on their own. Think about Don't Kill My Vibe again. The I Am a Sinner part is as iconic as the actual title hook. That's not an accident, that's flow control. The pros understand something crucial. Your song structure isn't about rules, it's not about formulas, it's about having a conversation with the beat. Let it lead sometimes, answer back other times, create tension, then release it. That's how you make music that feels alive instead of just well-engineered. Want to master this? Here's your assignment. Take your top 3 favorite rappers. Find 2 songs where they start with verse, 2 where they start with chorus. Don't just listen, feel why they made that choice. The answer is always in the beat. And once you know that, for the last secret, it's time to tie everything together. It's time to tie everything together and show you why most rappers will never break through, and exactly how you're about to be different. Because once you understand how momentum, one-sitting creation, and flow control work together, you'll never approach music the same way again. Here's the truth that's been staring us in the face. There is no perfect writing process, there never was. What we've been calling the creative process is actually a cage built from bad advice, overthinking, and straight-up lies about how great music gets made. Let me show you what real songwriting looks like when you put all these pieces together. You block out your 3-hour session, the phone goes on airplane mode, no distractions, no breaks. This is your moment to create. You pull up that beat, and instead of immediately trying to write, you do something different. You listen, really listen, not with your analytical mind trying to count bars, but with your instincts. Within 30 seconds, the beat is telling you exactly what it needs. Maybe it's that hook first because the energy is building slowly. Maybe it's straight to verse because that sample is already hooky enough. You don't question it, you don't second guess, you ride that first instinct. Now here's where the magic happens. Instead of stopping to edit, instead of trying to make everything perfect, you keep pushing forward. You're in the flow now. One line leads to the next, one section flows into another. The momentum builds. Suddenly you're not writing anymore, you're channeling. This is how the legends work. This is why their music feels alive while everyone else's feels manufactured. They're not better writers than you. They've just broken free from the matrix of overthinking that traps most rappers. Think about it. Everything we've been taught about writing songs is backwards. They tell us to take breaks right when we should be pushing through. They tell us to edit when we should be creating. They tell us to follow rules when we should be following instincts. Here's your real wake-up call. The reason your songs haven't hit yet isn't because you're not talented enough. It's because you've been playing by rules designed to keep you stuck. Rules that have nothing to do with how great music actually gets made. Starting today, you're doing things differently. No more waiting for inspiration, no more endless editing, no more fighting against the beat. You're gonna trust your instincts, build momentum, create complete songs in single sessions. Let the music tell you what it needs. The industry doesn't want artists who can create independently. They want dependence. They want you second-guessing yourself, asking for permission, following their rules, but you're not asking for permission anymore. You've seen behind the curtain now. You know how the real magic happens. All that's left is for you to put it into action. Block out those 3 hours, turn on that beat, and show them what happens when an artist breaks free. With that said, we appreciate your time, and again, if you are ready to go even more in-depth with live examples from your favorite artists, click the first link in the video description box below to get that bonus course for free when you sign up on the page. We appreciate your time here at How to Rap, and peace.